Hey there everybody, Popontop here. Welcome back to more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got the mod called Immersive HUD, or also known as the iHUD. So what this mod does is it makes it so you can remove your HUD here. As you see, I have no HUD. I have no like health bar down there. I have no stamina bar. I have no all these things because I've completely removed that. Made the game more immersive, but only situationally. So obviously, this is a highly customizable HUD type of mod, and it works with all kinds of other HUD modification mods. So you can just kind of like stack this one on top of it. So yeah, as you see here though, like if I was to pull out a gun, for example, let's just pull out a gun, right? So normally it would show your ammo count, and you see when you pull your gun out, it does show that. This is obviously all customizable, so you shoot your gun, you can see your bullets going down. So say for example, I was to take health damage. Let's just equip the Molotov real quick and just hurt ourselves with it. As you see, the grenade icon shows up too. We throw a grenade, hurt ourselves. My health will show up when I'm getting hurt. See when I'm taking damage? I'm not taking damage anymore, so I'm not longer hurt. But I did take damage and it hurt. I start to sprint. You don't see my my stamina bar. You're like what you got left yet. I currently have it set up to where I have to use a lot of my stamina before it shows up, so I'm gonna have to run around for a little bit. But you can customize that to whatever you want. As soon as you start using stamina, it will show up, or AP, I guess it's called, but same difference. There it goes. It starts to show up. It's 90% or whatever. You can customize that, and we'll get all into all that. Let's just do that. So to customize the iHUD, the immersive HUD here, you're gonna want to go to your MIST section. There'll be a settings immersive HUD type of holotape you can put in here. We'll mess around with this. Obviously, you can deactivate it anytime you want to too. So say you want the HUD on, just deactivate the mod right in here. So you can obviously change the settings for all different types of aspects of the HUD. So the compass, obviously the compass where you're getting, like see enemies at or whatever. So I have it off right now. When you're aiming, it turns on. When your weapon's drawn, it's off. When you're sneaking, it's off. When you're sprinting, it's off. But you can obviously change all those to on. So like you're running around, you want the compass on so you know where you're going. Boom. You want you're sneaking around, you want that compass on so you can see where you're going. I guess, or like right, if enemies show up or whatever. You draw your weapon, you know you're in combat, right? Or you're in combat, right? So, for example, I currently have it where I aim, it's on. If I aim, my compass, as you see there on the bottom, turns on. I can see where I'm going. It's a little immersive thing. Like I don't need it, and then I'm like, okay, I really want to know where I'm going. Let me just aim down. So okay, going this way. And then I know it's kind of weird if that's maybe less immersive to do that way, but obviously it's fully customizable to how you want to do it. I prefer, because I make videos and stuff, I like my image to be nice and clean as shit looking for the video making purposes. I don't need all this cluttery HUD to like bother you, like especially for taking like screenshots for thumbnails and stuff. So I like to have a lot of my stuff on. So you could change health bar activation settings. So if I get into combat here, which I'm not going to do in this particular thing, but if I do get into combat, my health bar will automatically appear the entire time that I'm in combat. So that way you can track your health when you need to track your health. You can do it when you're aiming, you can draw a weapon when you're sneaking. And then also I have it when I fall below 90% health, it will display until I'm no longer below 90% health. But you can obviously customize that in increments of 10 all the way up from 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, right? So you can do that. So yeah, only thing I want to know when I'm on health, when I'm low health, you can turn it off on combat. So the only time your health bar shows up is when you fucked up. So when you see that, it's like almost like a notification on your screen, like you're gonna die. Okay, so like heal or do something about it. Also your action points. So you're like I was saying, your stamina or whatever. So when you sprint, obviously automatically you could do it. So if your action points below 30%, show me that it's really low. Or anywhere in between, you can customize that number completely. If you're in combat, you want to know how much action points you have. If you're in, once again, sprinting. Also, I believe, I'm going to test this real quick. Let me just back out real fast. If I go into that, it won't show it. Maybe if I'm targeting something, it will show it. Like, I still believe if I'm targeting something, like if I hit this, it doesn't show your AP. So maybe you want that. I don't know if this counts as combat. Let's just test this out real quick. These are interesting things that I have not quite tested. So I want actually not sprint. I want combat to show my AP. So if I'm in combat, does this count as being in combat? Like if I aim a shot? Nope. See, you don't see how much of your AP that's taking. So you have to kind of customize that to how you want. Obviously, if you're not technically in combat till enemies are engaging with you, like you're detected, all that stuff, right? So you might just want to, you could put this on. You could be like, if you're AP below 120%, so essentially just on all the time. If it's on, then if you have, you could just leave that one on. If that's the kind of thing you're into. If you're not, you can just turn it off. I don't need to know my action points unless they're really low, I guess. And then your crosshair. So obviously you can have, this is where it gets interesting, all right? So like you can have your hit marker on and toggle third person or always on. So every time you get a hit marker, you get the crosshair on. I don't know if I can show that off really, but Is there like a crow or something around? No. But yeah, essentially, if you get like a hit marker, then your crosshair will become on under those settings. So we could also change up the weapon crosshair to be always on, and then you see, boom. I guess you can't really see it right now because I have the other setting off. Let's fix this. Okay, so always on dot crosshair. We have, it's not on. Where did it go? Where did my crosshair go? This is my fault, you guys. Don't blame the mod either. I'm like doing this wrong. So dot on toggle. I want always on weapon cross. I want my weapon crosshair on. This is not turning on. It should be always on, right? Like, why is this not? Like, oh, it's because this other setting. I'm derping it kind of hard right now. So what we got going on here is that my fade time is instant here. So what that means is that like the second it shows up, it will disappear. So if I show like 6 seconds, there we go. Then maybe it will show up for a little bit. No, I can't get it to show up. I promise it will show up. You just have to customize your settings better than I do, and I'm doing a bad job of it. But it is customizable, and it's something you can really get deeply into here. So fade time means, so like for example, if I have my health bar activation settings at 90%, so my health bar shows up if I'm at 90%. Fade time means after 6 seconds of showing me that information, it will go away again unless I take more damage and fall below health, right? How long it takes before it disappears from the HUD again. I like that instant. Like I said, I like my HUD just gone. Like, and then power armor, you can equip the other thing, and then other settings we have active effects, always on. So like, so example, if you were under the effects of drugs or food or anything like that, or you can turn it on toggle. So like essentially when it happens, your ammo count, on combat toggle, right? On toggle, and then explosives count on combat toggle. Toggle time's on, yeah, boom. So your stealth on toggle. So like, so for example, if I go into stealth mode, it becomes when something happens with my stealth. Obviously, that's not going to happen currently right this second. But if something happens to it, so where I slightly become detected or something, it will show up. It's highly customizable, right? I prefer to play this way. Just because, like I said, I just love immersion. I love immersing myself in video games, and I think this is a really great mod for doing that. And it's highly customizable, works with other HUD modification mods and stuff, so it really fits in nicely. As you see here, you got these nice, clean-looking screen where you just don't have all this cluttered data. And then, obviously, when it becomes relevant, you can get the data that you want, and you can customize that however you want, which I think is a really cool feature. If you guys think that you guys want your game to be this immersive, like I like it, or any customizable variant in between of how much HUD data you show and when, you can download this mod for yourselves. I'll leave a link there down in the top of the description to the Bethesda.net page. You can do that. If you guys have enjoyed the video, I'd greatly appreciate a like rating down below. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe so you can check more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, or whatever it may be, and I'll see you in the next episode.